Hello everyone, this is my second video. I've been getting some feedback on some ideas about stuff to talk about, interests, things like that during these times. We're starting our first COVID lockdown during this time right now, or our second COVID lockdown in our city where I live. First of all, I'm going to talk about investing first, and then some positivity stuff to help people try to get through COVID or coming up with ideas to keep busy while you're indoors all the time. I've kind of been getting used to that. So I'm going to see what works for me. It might not always work, but you got to try different things. And we'll see what everybody thinks. I'll be checking for comments, whatever. I'll try to answer questions, other things. Maybe I'll do some research. However, today I want to talk about first investing basics. Just to let you guys know, I am not a financial advisor. I am none of those things. This is a disclaimer. I'm not a professional. I'm not certified. This is just me with my own kind of finances within my means or just experimenting on things. So first of all, what I first did was I went through my bank and other systems, and some banks were offering a dummy account. It's like playing with fake money, but investing on the real stock market to see the results. Every bank, in Canada, because I'm in Canada, was offering this years ago, but I finally took advantage of it now. I figured since I'm at home lots, let's just see. And everybody knows, whenever you hear about market crashes like in 2008 and this and that, it actually is a good time to invest because things will kind of pick up. But you got to look. Sometimes there's like an investment bubble where everybody knows that and they put so much money and it pushes the prices up. So you got to be careful. And that's what I've kind of learned. But the basic concept when I did some of my research, which I'm not done, is the first thing you should probably do, which I saw commonly saying, is think about what you buy, what you like, what keeps your interest, because then you'll watch it and pay attention, and you might know what's a better product or not, right? And the way I started doing this, I looked around, like my house, and I looked around of common products that I bought, and I said, okay, I have a hell of a lot of, this particular brand or that particular brand, or I wear a lot of this. So what I did is I went and I started looking at these stocks of all the stuff I had. Like, for example, let's say there's a brand, some yoga brand that, you buy a lot. You know what I mean? Maybe you should think about investing in that brand because it's like you're honestly, it's almost like indirectly investing in yourself because you buy it and you're paying yourself and then it comes back around, right, through the stock. That's kind of the basics is what I've learned. And it doesn't always pan out. Like when I just did the trial and I saw the results, some of my things went up, some went down. So it's like a balanced portfolio in this practice dummy account. So like I said, if you don't have real money and you just want to get your feet wet, try those banking programs that are being offered and just play with those dummy accounts just to see. Like just get used to the practice, see how it works, how to do a buy, how to learn a little bit, and then, see if this works, like in theory. And then what I try to do is make it as realistic as possible. What real money am I working with? You know what I mean? It's all personal, it's all relative. And then see kind of how it affects you. You know what I mean? And to try not to like, when you're looking at some of these investments, some of them are more like, they call them like short term in a sense. I shouldn't short gap or long gap or something long term. So some of them, you got to think, okay, I got to hold on to this for a couple of years before anything. 0 to 5 or 5 to 10 or you know what I mean. So you got to like think like, okay, if I'm in this one and this one, how long, right? But that's all. I'm learning the game too, but I'm just saying, just play with the dummy account if you're uncomfortable and just see. Everybody's at home, Christmas time. Like, I know we're limited to who we're around, but like, if you're getting bored, you know, start doing that, right? And here's a joke or a thing that I saw previously. I know this is for the United States people. Um, I actually saw a joke. I think it was presented by a comedian named as D.L. Hughley, where actually the penal system in the States, which is the prison system, is actually privatized. So people can actually buy stock in prisons. So I remember when D.L. Hughley was going around some of these rougher neighborhoods and trying to explain to these guys, you're on a path to this and that. And then at the end of the joke, he bought the person a stock of the closest penitentiary and said, see, I'm helping you invest in yourself. This is your future. It was harsh, but a joke. You know what I mean? But it's like, it's a sense the same concept. You know what I mean? Whatever you're kind of involved in or whatever, get a stock because it actually helps you. Maybe you're sort of indirectly investing in yourself. And on a side note for that, I was always wondering the portfolios of many men in law enforcement, I wonder if they own uh, penitentiary shares, and which ones. That's something to look at just for people that are not aware of that. Just look at the penal system in the States. Remember it's privatized, and see who the majority owners are, and kind of figure out what's going on. That might be something to look at. If you notice a lot of lawyers and law enforcement seem to have a lot of shares in prison shares, then there's some problem with the system. Okay? I'm just saying that's for the people that are on the social issues that like me to talk about. That's for them, but still relating to the stock issue, what I'm talking about as well. Also, what I've done, like during this next lockdown, is I'm trying to surround myself with more positivity, things around me that I think are positive. So I'm trying to come up with little tactics. Some people, I think they call it like feng shui and all this. There's all different kinds of names, but I do it my way. I kind of take a little bit here and there and this and that, and I kind of relate it to me. Like, I'm not going to place something in an area because it's known to be this and that. I just do it for me. Where I commonly go in my house, I want to be reminded of positive things. That spark positive memories. So when I look, I smile and I feel good and whatever. Whether I'm cleaning and playing music, playing positive music, everybody does that. Cleaning and listening to music and makes you smile, gets you great. Or you put positive smells. Or you like to put like messages or quotes around your house sometimes, wherever you're going, and you see them. Like, even if you wake up every morning sometimes and you kind of look and you remember something, you have a mission, you have a quote or something, writings, pictures, whatever, but all to help you, all things that made you feel good. Whether you had a certain smell you liked when you were living with your grandma, or you went to your grandma's, or you were living with your parents, or however, and you remember that smell, or, even the next thing is like, try to get foods that used to make you feel happy, even as a kid. I went and bought ice cream the other day. I was like, and I haven't had ice cream in such a long time. And I was just like, why not? It used to make me feel great. Just things that make me feel positive. Try to keep trying to do those things, because this is like, we're going into, we don't know and how long, but, and you kind of got to, rely on resources, but do things yourself to kind of help it as well and take advantage of the information. There's an example, like for me, I have a quote. It's a famous quote where I said, I don't know if you guys can read that, where it basically says, pressure makes diamonds or pressure breaks pipes. I keep this quote in my room every morning, because sometimes when you're under a lot of stress, you got to get up and then be reminded to look at it and say, okay, stress is welcomed, you're going to deal with it, but you got to manage it and you got to figure it out. And you got to remember, there's two results a lot of the time, and hopefully you can become a diamond. The point is to try to become a diamond and just get through it and keep fighting for your goals and pushing ahead. And that's what I do. And it's kind of funny because it actually reminds me of a movie, because I come from a Christian household. My mom was very much into church, and there's a movie called War Room, which is like a Christian movie, and it talks about how a lady kind of has like Bible quotes, and they have a room where they write these Bible quotes in that room. And sometimes when they're going through difficult times, they go in that room as a family and they read them and pray and stuff. So I don't know where I get it from. I'm not saying, you have to be a Christian or whatever, but you can have anything that makes you feel positive. Try to keep it around you. Even pictures, things that make you smile, things in the past, or draw or write. Become creative. Take on new projects. Like right now, what I'm doing right now is something that I've always kind of wanted to do. And I'm trying to find a way to, get out there more and people see, my voice and see who I am. And this is what it takes. So that's another thing. I'm also going to try to talk about some current affairs. I know COVID-20 is going on right now. A lot of people are back and forth on the issue. I'm not going to weigh in yet. I'm going to get some feedback. But the other joke I was going to relate it to is that, I'm hearing around my city anyway, they call it the COVID-20, which is also a joke about, when people get like the freshman 15 when they go to college, which is about, staying home lots or being indoors lots, and then you end up putting on 15 pounds. So everybody's saying, because we're inside lots because of COVID, COVID-20, you're going to put on 20 pounds. Because being inside in front of, just sitting around mostly in front of screens and doing stuff, which is kind of good, because if you're trying to, surround yourself with positive foods or desserts or whatever, you might put on some weight, but that's okay. A lot of people are going to be like that. And then, you can work out inside, workout programs, whatever, but, for now, it's okay to do those things right now, long as you're maintaining, as much positivity and keeping a healthy mindset, whether you have to call counseling or whatever you got to do. But that's it for now. I'm going to post this video and keep it going.